What's up, YouTube? Lawler here as always. We've got some RLCS roster news. We alluded to a little bit of it yesterday, but we've got more and more updates coming out. And as always, if you guys are trying to stay up to date, roster document in the description down below. If you're in Twitch, !RLCS rosters will pull up this document. We'll update these as the time goes on, but a couple things to discuss and to talk about today. But before we do that, we're going to talk about the things at the bottom here. We've been slowly discussing about some of the things that we thought are most likely to happen when it comes to the transfer window for what North America will become. I think there's three key players in this conversation between 9 Lives, with Chicago and Hoxer saying, hey, Hoxer, I'm LFT, I'm going elsewhere. He has made it public, and the rumors have stated that Hoxer just doesn't align with like Kofer's play style. But now that Kofer is very likely going to Space Station, maybe these two get back together. As I said in my previous video, I think that these three teams need to come together. I think you need to take out of those 9 players, you needed to make 2 teams, 6 players, 3 kind of on the wayside. It is what it is. But you need to strengthen up and shore up to provide some depth. What is actually going to happen is interesting, and we do have some more insight that has come along. The first one, as you heard me allude to yesterday, Space Station has officially released Frosty. Frosty is no longer with the team. Mutual parting of it. There's a lot of different factors to this. The big statement I will make and directly address, there is some situationship type circumstances going on that I find relatively disgusting. If you did a role reversal and the 20-year-old was a man and the 16-year-old was a woman, people would be like, that's gross. And it has nothing to do with like, it's illegal in Georgia. Doesn't matter. Still weird. What I will say is Space Station as an organization wants to be as hands-off as possible. Rightfully so. Legally, they don't want to get involved. So it is on the players and the staff and the coach to insert themselves. And if they, removing the weird circumstance altogether, the situationship as I've been calling it, if they have a player who isn't putting in the time, effort, energy that they once were due to the distractions of this other thing, that is cause for concern. And that is why I'm personally saying it's probably not a play style thing. It's more of a work ethic, showing up, doing your job, putting in the effort, because this other thing is taking over and consuming your life, which to a degree I understand. I was also a 16, 17-year-old horny kid at one point, and I knew what it was like to chase girls unsuccessfully. But the difference is I was not a public figure. It wasn't my job on the line. There wasn't like, the only thing you can ask is hopefully his surrounding, his support system steers him in the right direction and he is willing to listen. And if he isn't willing to listen and they are seeing that be a detriment to the success of their team, I can understand while things are being released. If you guys would like to hear more thoughts and opinions and ideas, you'll come over to the stream, twitch.tv/Lawler. It's just, there's only so much I can say and so much I can elaborate on in a short video. It's just, I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty or all the specific details. It's just, it's too much to talk about. I don't want to dedicate a full video to it, even though we've already spent way too much time on it in this video. OCE has made an announcement that Team Power is taking a team that played upset in Scrims World with Lunar and Caleb and taking 2/3 of that roster and pairing it potentially with Gus to make a run for it. Now, if you guys don't know, the Scrims World roster, that roster did play upset quite a bit. They did end up winning actually one of the open events and could make a strength of schedule, a good consolidation of talent to make a push forward, because Power has been on the outside looking in. It has been Wildcard and TSM primarily, and they need to do something to stay competitive. Why not pick up 2 players that have really been kind of changing the narrative of what could happen in OC? Some depth potentially in this region. They're refining, hopefully getting better. Some excitement there. Hopefully this works out in the right direction. I am looking forward to seeing a split 2 from OCE and what can happen from it. Last but certainly not least, a lot of conversation that's been going on. As you guys can see, there is a tweet that has been deleted at the top, and people are like, what the heck's going on? A couple things to note. It's involving Shift. It's involving the founder of Shopify Rebellion. A lot of things for us to discuss and talk about here. So the general tweet that came out at the beginning was, and I quote, Shopify Rebellion will be making a change during the trade window. Two Piece and Parth will be looking for a third heading into second and last split of the season. Jeremy, who is the founder of Shopify, then replied very quickly. He's like, this isn't correct. We're sending you a DM. Please update it. Okay. I will talk about that in a sec. He does continue to talk about how further correction is that we are evaluating all of our options. It's not just Two Piece and Parth. Every single player has the ability to play, trial, consider all of their options. The door is open. Free agent is live and well. Go see what is out there. And he is saying this and clarifies, we don't want to leave Rocket League, but Epic's doing a pretty dang good job of forcing us out the door. So I am like, can you elaborate on that? Can you talk more on that situation? To which he replies and says, it varies depending on where you are and what your standing is with Epic, if you are partnered or not. If you guys have seen some of the conversations in the past with like Team Secret wasn't reached out to. They weren't allowed to put in a esports decal. I know organizations that have turned down the marketing program, but still have a decal that will be coming in the later update, which we are assuming is going to happen in the next few weeks. Whether it happens before the major, after the major, my assumption is they will do it after the major, but who knows? So I don't know exactly what he is meaning when it says partnered or not. I don't know what exactly it means to be as an organization, as an Epic partner, and what the full scope of that is. Now, he does reiterate, we don't need cash from Rocket League to make this investment worthwhile, which he's right. While, yes, Rocket League in and of itself and being in the Rocket League esports scene, like most esports, you are going to operate at a loss. There is benefits to building and fostering that fan base, creating marketing, with CJ and those guys and getting the reach that they do from Rizzo and everybody else. There is benefits for them being a part of it. And again, as I think it was Mertzy in chat who actually reiterated, they've only been in the merger with Moist for like 2 months. It hasn't been a long time since like Shopify and Moist merged together. So it's been a short term. Now, on the other side as well, the frustration is, while yes, there is benefits to us being involved, we do still need the willingness of a developer to make this worthwhile. We need them to be willing to collaborate and partner on growing the scene. Basically, we need Epic to actually give the love and attention Rocket League deserves. We need co-marketing strategies. We need the ability to promote and develop together. We need the ability for you guys to actually get behind events and allow us to drive even more revenue to them through the team. This could be booths, merch opportunities, whatever it is, activations that they see and deem fit. But for me, it seems like a conscious decision to not value organizations as part of the system, which is entirely the choice that they have, but it makes it hard to support. If I as an organization am pumping in hundreds of thousands of dollars, but you're not doing anything to make me want to stay, there's nothing that you're showing me that makes sense. You're just continuously being like, hey man, here's some opportunities for you guys to maybe make some of that money back, but that's it. Why would I put time and effort into that thing when I can go somewhere else where they actually appreciate us? They know it's beneficial for us to be involved. So I'm going to go put my time, effort, hundreds of thousands of dollars into that. There's a lot of things that I wanted to ask and I wanted to poke and prod on, but I legally can't. There's certain things that I want to ask Jeremy about that we both have like firm handshake signed an NDA about that we can discuss internally, but I can't ask those questions on the timeline. There is a lot more I would like to say and reply to this for you guys, but I legally can't. So I had to leave it as appreciate the response, as I'm sure others do as well. There is DMs happening. So I'm going to go and try to do some more homework and do what I can to figure out more things. As a follow-up to that statement, Shift does eventually put out a clarification and does state they're considering changes. Two Piece and Parth is a possibility, but all players have been granted the ability to seek out options while under contract, which basically takes some dynamite, put it here. Maybe Justin, Two Piece, and Parth all go their separate ways. Maybe we fill it. Maybe it's these two teams that stick, and like maybe Justin goes here. Because to me, that's a really good team. We will have to wait and see. So again, 3 major things. SSG officially without Frosty. Kofor very, very likely. Shopify tumultuous as heck. Who knows who's going where? We don't know what the situation's going to be. We don't know who's going to land what. Two Piece and Parth likely to stick together again. Justin elsewhere. Does Justin retire? Or does Justin go and combine? Because I think if Justin joins Chicago and Hawkster, that's a dang good team. We'll have to wait and see. Either way, that is what I have for latest updates on rosters. It's a lot to discuss and talk about. But if you guys have any additional questions, please stop by the stream where I can elaborate a little bit more on things rather than just the short condensed version in a video. Either way, hit the socials, hit subscribe, like, comment, all that kind of stuff. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.